Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are jumping straight into one of those winter gadgets you see everywhere.
We are. We're talking about the HeatMe Pro Heater.
And we're going to tear apart the marketing to figure out if this little plug-in device is really the answer to a cold room or if it's, just some low-power tech.
Our mission today is to really cut through that noise for you. We're digging into the performance claims, the ceramic tech it uses, and maybe the most interesting part.
Oh, I think it's definitely the most interesting part.
Yeah, the surprising truth about what it might actually cost to make one of these.
Okay, so let's unpack the device itself. It's convenient. You have to give it that. Tiny Stein plugs right into the wall.
Right, no floor space. And it's advertised as being really energy efficient. It uses that ceramic heating element.
Which is supposed to be good, right? Quick heat.
It is good for quick, focused heat. And it's generally safer than old-school metal coils, especially in something this small. But, and this is the big but, efficiency isn't the same thing as power.
So the big question, does all that ceramic tech actually let it heat a whole room?
In a word, no.
Okay.
The review is pretty blunt about this. It just doesn't have the power. It can't generate enough heat or move enough air to change the temperature of really anything bigger than a small cubicle.
So you have to be right next to it.
Exactly. The review says you have to be pretty close to it. It creates a little heat bubble for one person, and that's about it. It's not exactly a powerhouse.
Which, if it's sold as a space heater, is a pretty big fail. And it immediately makes you wonder, what is this thing actually worth?
Precisely. When a product underperforms that badly compared to its marketing, you start getting skeptical about its origins.
And the reviewer goes there. They basically suggest this isn't some high-tech device, but, quote, probably just a cheap product from China.
And that's where we found the financial nugget you need to hear.
This is the part that kind of blew my mind.
We found reports that very similar, if not identical, units are sold on wholesale websites for as low as $3 a piece.
$3?
Yeah. So that huge gap between a $3 commodity price and, say, a $60 retail price, it reframes the whole conversation.
It certainly explains the lack of power.
It does. You're not buying revolutionary technology. You're paying for marketing, for shipping, for the branding. The review calls it a personal warmer, not a miracle heater. And you can see why. It's built to a price point.
So let's bring this all together for you, the potential buyer. What does this all mean?
I think it's pretty simple. If you need a tiny device to, say, warm your hands while you're at your desk,
Something to point right at yourself?
then yeah, it works. It does that job adequately.
But if you're buying it based on the ads that make it look like it can heat up your whole bedroom or living room,
You are going to be very disappointed.
Yeah.
You have to set your expectations to the reality of what it is. A low-cost personal warmer.
the choice is yours, but at least now you know what you're actually paying for. And as we wrap up, here's a final thought. Just consider that vast gulf between a low manufacturing cost, maybe $3, and the final price you pay. What does that huge margin really tell you about the value you're getting with so many of these heavily advertised gadgets? That's something for you to mull over on your own.
Thank you for sharing your sources and letting us take this deep dive.
Keep learning, and we'll catch you on the next one.